And you're watching Morning Live. Thanks so much for doing so. Now, with today being World Food Day, it's also important to highlight the plight of 870 million people who are undernourished around the world. And most of them live in rural areas where their main source of income is agriculture. Now, the United Nations proclaimed World Food Day in 1979 to heighten public awareness of the world food problem and to strengthen solidarity in the struggle against hunger, malnutrition and poverty. And global warming and the biofuel boom are now threatening to push the number of hungry even higher, and South Africa is no different. And with me now is Erika, who is the Public Relations Manager at Meals on Wheels. Thanks so much for speaking to us this morning.
Thank you for having me here. It's wonderful. It's such a privilege. Thank you so much. Meals on Wheels, as you know, our vision is a hunger-free South Africa. So that's where this comes in beautifully, the UN Food Hunger Day, World Food Day. So Meals on Wheels started in 1964 in East London, and their first 16 meals were delivered that day. And from that one meal delivery, we have now increased, and we're delivering 2.6 million meals a month all over our 9 provinces. So we feel we've been very blessed to have the community and the public supporting us like this, because if it wasn't for the public, we would not be able to support these people that are the poorest of the poor and the vulnerable and the disabled. We try to feed as many as possible each month, and today, as it's World Food Day, we have a big cookathon at Nasrec. So we're very excited about that. We already started this morning at 5 o'clock. We started cooking. We're nearly done with 4,000 meals already that we're going to be delivering to schools around the area. And then the next 6,000 meals, we're going to be cooking from 9 till this afternoon. And those meals are going to be going to our beneficiaries of our different branches. We have more than 700 service stations countrywide. And as you were saying, it's difficult in the rural areas. And so we have a wonderful project there, container kitchens. So they wouldn't need electricity. We use gas. We've got solar panels. And that just makes it so much more reliable for these rural communities to be able to also feed different people in their areas.
So it's a lot of work, Erika, and it requires a lot of resources. You spoke of how wonderful the community has been, but you know, how much help do you actually get from the community, and how much do you get from government? Because one then asks the question, you know, about an NGO like yourself having to take on such great responsibility of feeding people. That's
right. So most of our people are from the public community. So we have a call center in Heighten, and we do our collecting from there. So that's the main part of our money that comes in, is from the wonderful public. So we have a number that, if you don't mind, we can give it out, where people can phone in, or we can phone them back, and they can do, all we ask is 15 Rand for a meal.
I'll tell you what, Erika, we'll come back to that because in keeping with what we are talking about now, and of course a World Food Day, we're going to cross now to the Eastern Cape, villages living in the rural areas of the Eastern Cape. Now, they have also been urged to return to agriculture and farming as a means of actually alleviating hunger. And this, as we mark World Food Day today, the Minister, Togo Didiza, is out in the Eastern Cape. She's been in the Lusigi area yesterday as well, celebrating rural women. So let's cross over to our reporter Atule Joka, who is with the minister. Atule, good morning. It's over to you. All Right, we seem to have a slight problem in our connection there with Atule Joka. He is with Minister Togo Didiza, the Minister of Land Reform and Agriculture, but we'll go back to him as soon as we have a better connection there. As I said, the feed, there seems to be a slight problem, so do bear with us. We'll break in and out of this conversation that I'm having with Erika Botha of Meals on Wheels about a World Food Day. So, Erika, looking at the rural situation there where the minister is this morning, you, I would imagine, operate mostly in built-up areas, in urban areas, or do you also do work as Meals on Wheels in the rural areas?
No, we definitely work in the rural areas, and we've also got eco circles where we plant so that they can become self-sustainable, so that it's not just handing out food, but it's also teaching them how to plant, how to grow vegetables, and also to become, that they can do it on their own, self-sustainable. And with these kitchens of ours, these container kitchens, we've got voluntary helpers, and we make so much use. They are such a large part of our community of Meals on Wheels, is because if it wasn't for the voluntary helpers, we wouldn't be able to feed so many people, because people come in, they cook, they plant, they look after the plants, and then they would then be able to, voluntarily deliver the meals, and also in the rural areas, as you were saying, they have to walk far, so it's nice to have a get together and sit there and have a meal, and then before you can go home again. But then at least we also train them. We've got a training department as well, and with that they will also be able to help themselves to be self-sustainable, with the fruit and the veggies and that.
And on that note of, some of the challenges in the rural areas and feeding people there, we're going to try once again to get in touch there with our reporter Atule Joka, who is in the Lusigisigi area, and the Minister Togo Didiza, I understand, is with him. Atule, good morning to you once again.
Well, a very good morning to you, Sakina, and a warm welcome to SABC News viewers. We are in Lusigisigi. Today is the 16th of October. The world is commemorating World Food Day, which is looking at promoting security of healthy foods, and also promoting healthy eating amongst people in the rural areas, and also making sure that they also use their gardens as a source of income, not just to provide food security. Yesterday we were here speaking to the Minister of Land Reform and Rural Development, Umama Togo Didiza. He was encouraging people to say that they must take advantage of these gardens to grow their own food, because during this nutrition week they are promoting that people must make sure that they eat healthy, they do not eat processed food, so that they can live healthier, and also so they can assess their energy levels afterwards. I am joined by quite a number of delegates and a number of officials here. This is Mama Onomakosa Zanamet, who is the MEC of Rural Development in the province. Mama, what do you want to see change, especially in this sector in the province?
We are very excited by what the minister has done, because the president was here not so long ago and instructed us to jump high, and the minister decided not to ask how high, but to come and jump to the level that the president is expecting. She's doing what is called the Siakauleza. Now that she's here, we want all of us to assist, work together with the department to take back this Lambasi, this Imuza area, to its historical glory. Because remember, here things used to happen. This is where we have a tea plantation. This is where we are also saying tourist attraction can be one of the diversification in terms of saying how to explore the agritourism. So we are happy now that, because we are hearing that we're going to be planting soybeans, planting yellow maize as we have started, and the gardens too. So the one home, one food garden slogan, we're seeing it in practice, and we are very excited with that.
Okay, Mama. We also have the Deputy Minister of Land Reform, Dada, if you can tell us, what have you seen in the Eastern Cape? Why did you decide to come to the Eastern Cape?
We've decided to come to the Eastern Cape, guided in particular by our President, in relation to the model he launched last month, the District Development Model, taking delivery to where it matters most. OR Tambo has been chosen as one of those pilots because of its distress nature. And we are here today, having been here from yesterday on International Rural Women's Day. Today is the most important day, World Food Day, indicating that food is a fundamental human right. To us, it also speaks into the key component of our NDP, inequality, poverty, and job creation. We are encouraging people to work here. In that particular process, jobs will also be created.
We're also moving to the Minister of Land Reform and Rural Development, Mamutoko Didiza. You are saying people that need to optimize the use of their own vegetable gardens and also make sure that they use this as a source of income instead of only securing food security. How are you looking to implement that?
Well, as you've heard from the two colleagues of mine, Deputy Minister and MEC Meth, we are not only just looking at large-scale production, but we're also wanting people to utilize the little pieces of land that they have for household food production. As you know, that what they produce in their gardens can actually remain for storage, but also some of it could be sold in the market locally, and they can be able to get money that they need to satisfy other needs. And therefore it is very important, not only in the rural areas where we are, but also in the cities. We can develop urban gardens. There are now new technologies which can enable us to do that using the small tire of the car. You can plant inside, one of those old tires that you usually throw away, but you can use it to actually plant your herbs, to plant your small veggies. You can also use, boxes, made of sawdust to actually produce some of the food. So what you are saying, food security at household level is very important as the first intervention for dealing with poverty, for dealing with nutrition issues, and also encouraging people to eat fresh, healthy food.
Okay, Mom. Also coming back to you, MEC, as you have seen in the Eastern Cape, most people have migrated to other provinces in search of greener pastures. How are you going to make sure that you optimize this fully so that people do not have to leave this province? They can use their own vegetable gardens to grow a source of income.
Actually, we are saying ziyajikizinto because if you look at the Gauteng with the mines, with the minerals depleting on the ground, so the only gold you have now is land, and the Eastern Cape has got vast of that land which is not utilized, and we are joining hands with our national government and private sector to make sure that Eastern Cape is the place for people where people will come and get work by working our land, and we are confident because we are rural in nature. We've got many hectares of land that is lying fallow, and with the program that we are doing and the timing of our government and the people, because the people are ready, government is ready, and they are saying agriculture is the game changer and is the only hope now to contribute to the economic growth of our country. So it is an opportune time for us to make sure that people descend now from other provinces to our province to come and get work through agriculture.
And we're going to leave it there for the time being. Our reporter Atule Joka there with Minister Togo Didiza, the Deputy Minister and the MEC for Agriculture and Rural Development in the Eastern Cape. And with that, we're going to wrap our conversation up here. I'm with Erika Botha, and she's from Meals on Wheels. And Erika, perhaps just finally, if there are people who are malnourished, who are poverty-stricken and hungry, how do they get in touch with you? And also, you said you would give us that number for those who want to donate as well.
Yes, sure. Normally, they can contact the closest branch, the people that would need any food, or they can phone us. And our telephone number is 086 000 700. And that's for sponsoring as well, if they would like to make donations to us. And then we have another number if they go to their SMSs and they type in 39055 and write meal, MEAL. That would bring us a meal. So for everybody that does that, we would, so if 1,000 people type that in, we would be able to feed 1,000 extra people.
39055. All right. So if you want to feed someone today, or going on not just today, please use that particular number, and I'm sure we'll try and put those numbers up throughout the day as we commemorate and mark World Food Day today. All right, we're going to take a quick break before we end the show.